Thank you for spending some time with us today. My name is Eric Gervais with Marlow Marine. I'd like to introduce you to the team at Marlow. This is Jack Bostock over here. Jack and I have been doing martial arts together for close to 10 years. Great guy. He's been with the company for 5 years now. He sold a lot of new boats, a lot of brokerage boats. Experienced guy right there. This is Rod Silva. Rod and I have worked together for about 15 years with our service company. Rod's helped me run it. We've serviced every single boat you can think of. We've probably been on it. Worked on it, fixed it, painted it, whatever, okay? This right here is Matt McHugh. Matt ran a school locally here in town. Great guy. Comes from an education background. Matt's been with us for about a year now. This is Jeff Staples. Jeff and I have built, we're on boat number 3 now. We built a 49 Marlow. We built this 53 you're standing on. We have a 58 coming. Jeff loved the Marlow so much that he decided to join the team as a broker, and we're super excited to have him here today. Again, my name's Eric Gervais. We'd like to spend some time with you aboard this boat. Jeff and I are going to show it to you, and we look forward to hearing your comments and feedback from it.
Hi, I'm Jeff Staples. Thanks for spending a little time with us on board in lieu of beautiful 2018 53-foot E-Explorer. I've been a boater for 40 years. I've been in the Marlow family for 7 years now. My lovely wife Ann and I have been boating together. We've been together for 32 years and we've owned a number of boats together. We thought that we loved all of our boats. But I can tell you this, 7 years ago when I bought my first Marlow, it turned into a whole new love affair. You really need to witness, experience, and peel that onion back on these Marlows. They are wonderful boats and we've got a great team here. I'm going to take you inside in lieu of and show you around. I know you'll like this boat too.
We're in the Salon of Jeff's 53 Marlow Explorer, and I just happened to pick up a magazine, Southern Boating, and inside cover there's 5801 and 8001. Bill Thomas, I believe, is running this 80. I'm running that 58 right there for a photo shoot. Jeff, do you remember looking at that article back in the day?
I do. I do.
Yeah,
more than once.
It's a beautiful, beautiful boat, beautiful marketing. But I wanted to take a second here and say, Jeff, I think you nailed the layout of this 53. I think I can envision you anchored out with these doors open, down island, swimming, having fun, watching a movie, watching the news. You know, we got everything right here. Tell us how you and your wife use this space, and things you might change or things you love. You know, what are your favorite features of this specific room here?
Well, you are right, Eric. We love this room. And there's a lot of thought that went into this room and how we designed it. Because I love that both back doors open up. And on nice days it opened up and just gets the breeze blowing right through it. You know, we put the beverage center in the corner there. We put all of our electronics in that corner there. And this is a very comfortable spot to watch the TV. All of these cushions lift up. They're on shocks for just a tremendous amount of storage all the way around, right? Ice machine right here. And it's just very comfortable, and I designed this settee with this L like this so that I can watch the world go by looking aft, right? And I love this room.
Movie nights. What's the most amount of people you've had here for movie night?
7. 7 comfortably, right? We could have fit more, but you know, we had a couple sprawled out on that, and that took that underneath the blanket and the pillows, right? Right. And then we had the other folks here. Right. So.
Right. And where have you been? How far down island have you gone?
So we've been all over the place, right? Throughout the Caribbean, up the coast in the Carolinas, up and down the ditch, over to the Bahamas. We've taken this boat a lot of places, and it's performed great. It's super comfortable. It's just unbelievable how much room. Nobody's fighting for a good seat on the boat. Nobody's fighting for a good place to sleep. Everybody gets a good room. Everybody gets a good seat, right? Whether you're up top, out back, doesn't matter. There's just loads of room on the boat.
And I know you did a lot of due diligence before you came to Marlow. You looked at a lot of different boats out there. You're probably pretty proud of your woodwork. Is there anything, any comments anyone's ever told you about this boat that you'd like to share here today?
Well, you know, you take it for granted because no matter who comes on the boat, they're in awe of the craftsmanship. These guys do unbelievable work. The joinery, the woodwork, the teak. It's second to none. And I compare this to living in St. Thomas for 24 years. I could never take that beauty for granted. To this day, I go out on my porch and I look out there and I say, my God, look at this view, look at this water. And it's the same thing every time I step on my boat. I say, my gosh, look at this craftsmanship. Look how pretty this boat is. And I tell my boat, you laugh, I tell my boat every day how pretty she is. I tell her every day. And after we put her through her paces and run her hard, I tell her, good girl, because she does a great job.
Well, thank you all again for coming aboard. Jeff, I'd like to show them the master stateroom and the engine room before we're done today, if you have time.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go down there. Hello there. Welcome aboard the Galley of the 53E Marlow Explorer. She's a 2018. I'd like to introduce you to the owner. This is Jeff Saplis. I'm going to ask Jeff a couple questions here. Jeff, the first question I ask is, what's your favorite part of this space right here?
I'm standing in it right here.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time in this area on the boat. One of my passions is cooking, and I laid this boat out specifically so I can do proper cooking on this boat. I have a real oven. We've made a Thanksgiving turkey in this oven, right? I'm kind of a whiz with that, with the KitchenAid. Between this and the oven, cakes, cookies, pies. This oven is rocks, the refrigeration, tons of space. I love this room on the boat.
Where do you guys dine at?
Right there. The best restaurant in the area is on board in Lieu of.
For sure. Jeff, you may not know this, Jeff is a pretty accomplished chef. He got a passion for boating years ago and has worked his way up to the best in the industry. And that's what we're aboard right now, is that 53 Marlow Explorer. I remember building his first boat, which was a 49, and the second one we're on here, 53. And I can't tell you how many hours we talked about where the cookie sheets were going to go. And we had to make sure we had proper cookie sheet storage. And this boat does. And I'm happy to say Jeff is building a new boat with us. He's building a 58. Everybody's got 2-foot-itis in the boating world, right? Well, how much more space can I get? How much more beam? Once your family and friends really fall in love with the passion of boating, they take more people with them, and there you go. There's a need for the bigger boat. As people get older, there's a need for crew quarters and things like that, so the 58 has room for crew or beach club if you like to hang out. Jeff, you did something custom here on the floors. Why don't you tell us about that?
Right, I did. I wanted to add my own little take to this, and so these are wide plank teak only floors. There's no teak and holly, there's no teak and ebony, and these are called satin finish because I want to feel like I'm at home when I'm on my boat, and this just reminds me of my home. It's a soothing, soft, comforting look.
And how'd you find these countertops?
These countertops are made in North Carolina. They're called Vetrastone. The guy that makes these product, he's a rock star. And I fell in love with this. A friend of mine put it in his restaurant in St. John, Virgin Islands. And Clint turned me on to Eugene, and I'm happy he did. I love these countertops, and same product going in the new boat as well. Different shade, but Vetrastone from North Carolina. Great product.
So, as the newest broker on the Marlow team, Jeff, I wanted to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the Marlow family.
Sure.
All the people out there that are watching these videos either already own a Marlow, dreaming about owning a Marlow one day, or in the process of buying one right now or building one. I think it's always good to peel back the onion, as you say, and go in a little bit deeper. How did Jeff get here? Jeff, tell us your story.
So, I was that guy looking through the magazines. I was that guy following Marlow. We had another brand boat that was a great boat. We had a 45-foot boat. And I've had the sheer privilege of living in the Virgin Islands for the last 24 years, which is, in my opinion, no better boating anywhere on the planet. It's outstanding boating. We only have two kinds of weather, nice and really nice, right? And I kept seeing these boats between the magazines and in my marinas and in my neighborhood, and what are these darn things? What are these darn things? And I kept following them and digging and digging and digging. And they finally made a boat that was my size. I didn't need a 70. I didn't need an 80. And they came out with a 49.
Yep.
So, in your terms, I was a laydown. The 49 came out, and I said, I want one.
I remember.
Right?
You were hot to buy it before the show started, before the price went up. I will give you a
I want this boat. I've been watching these darn things for 10 years. Now I want one.
Yep.
Right?
Jeff pushed his way on board the boat before it was even basically offloaded and commissioned for the boat show. That's how anxious of a buyer Jeff was. And I think you got hole number 2, right? I mean, that's how hot these things came out.
Correct.
Yeah, you didn't get hole number 1, but we got Jeff hole number 2, right?
And then shortly after that, Eric always has one in his pocket. Guess what happened? They unveiled the 53. So just a little bit more room. So we built a 53. And I will tell you, one of our most memorable trips, we spent 2 months on our boat in the Bahamas. We provisioned the boat in Florida before we left. And between the water making capabilities, ice making capabilities, refrigeration and freezer capabilities, we had to do 0 reprovisioning except for produce for 2 uninterrupted months in the Bahamas.
Yeah, but how many times did you have to stop and get fuel?
I didn't.
Why's that?
Because it holds 1,200 gallons and it sips fuel. I got fuel when I left Fort Lauderdale. I got fuel when I got back to Fort Lauderdale.
And what was it that made you decide to stop doing what you were doing work-wise and jump in headfirst to Team Marlow?
I had followed these boats for so long, and then once I became an owner, it was unbelievable, the quality, the construction, the livability of these boats. And then when I built my second one, it just reinforced that. And I said, why wouldn't I want to do this? I've been following the brand. I know the brand. This team are a bunch of rock stars, and I said, I'm going to be a goodwill ambassador for this product. It sells itself, and why not? So, and quite frankly, I've had the sheer pleasure, as I said, living in St. Thomas for 24 years. It's now the next chapter, right? It's the next chapter, and it's going to be spending more time on our new boat and helping other people like myself fulfill their dreams and build boats for them. It's a rush. It is a total rush, and I want to build a boat for you. So don't hesitate to call us.
All right, absolutely. The number, just in case you forgot, is 1-800-362-2657. That's the main office here, corporate headquarters in Sneed Island, Florida. The email address is sales@marlowmarine.com. We are the experts. We really like to help you out and help you find what you're looking for. Jeff, with that new 58 you got coming, everybody's got a dream, right? New bucket list of where you're going. Where do you want to take that? Where's destination number 1 once you've done your shakedown cruise?
We're doing the loop. We're doing the loop.
On a 58 Marlow?
On a 58 Marlow.
Right.
We are doing the loop. We're very excited about it. I want to pull into New York and go by the Statue of Liberty on my boat. I want to pull into Boston and go to a baseball game while my boat's in the harbor, right? I want to go underneath the Mackinac Bridge, right? I have no desire to eat fudge in Mackinac, but it's what you do when you're there. But I want to go underneath the Mackinac Bridge on my boat. I want to go to Canada on my boat. I have been everywhere through St. Somewhere throughout the Caribbean over the last 25 years. I'm on to a new adventure, and we're going to go do the loop.
That's outstanding. Do you know the name of that boat yet? What are you going to call it?
I do.
All right.
I do, in lieu of.
In lieu of. So is it too much to say, as a broker with Marlow Marine, if somebody comes up, sees that 58 in lieu of, they tap on the door, would you be willing to give them a courtesy tour?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Sure, man. I love my boat. Absolutely.
We've got a goodwill ambassador out there. The name of the boat's in lieu of. Knock on the door. Jeff would be happy to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Thank you again for your time. All right, so we are in the master stateroom of the 53 Marlow Explorer. This happens to be one of my favorite configurations in this room, but I'm going to leave it to the guy who's owned the boat for 2 years to tell you why.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, this was one of our buying decisions, unequivocally, on this boat. I sleep on a king-size bed at home. Why do I not want to sleep on a king-size bed on my boat?
Right.
My last boat previously to Marlow, my boat was about this big, right?
The V berth up front?
Correct. And after a couple of nights, no way.
Right.
So one of my prerequisites was I want a king-size bed. Here it is.
And you did it on the 49 and the 53.
Correct.
And of course, we're going to make it a little smaller for him in the 58. You get a queen on that one. Surprise!
And there's just tons of room, right? Here's Anna's closet. My closet's right over here on this wall, right? Full stand-up shower. And I love this room here, right? I call this the pantry, right? So it has washer dryer in there, full-size washer dryer, another refrigerator, another freezer, and ample storage. Plus, it takes me into the engine room. So in the morning when I do my checks, right there. I love this design. I love this layout. And it's the same way I'm doing it on my new boat.
Now, Jeff, we're in an engine room here in your 53 Marlow. This is not a standard configuration. You've spent some money on upgrades here. We have the twin 850 horsepower 12.9 cats. Have you been pretty happy with them?
Yeah, I've been very happy with them. They run like a top. I've been very happy with them.
What's the fastest you've ever seen them push this boat?
We hit light load right after I took delivery. Light load, I hit 26.2 knots.
Wow, that's moving. Moving for a trawler.
It
There's
was.
a lot of people out there that don't know the Marlows can go that fast. And it's really nice to see that you've had that experience, you know, firsthand. How about fuel efficiency? What's your economical cruise on this boat?
9 knots. I'm sipping fuel.
Okay, all right.
9 knots.
Did you upgrade stability or generators?
Yeah, so we have Naiad fin stabilizers on both sides, and I've opted for double redundancy, so I have 2 generators, and I just alternate use between them.
Okay, and how handy are you? You know, are you the type of guy that's going to change your own oil? You know, you're going to do your own maintenance, or do you hire somebody out for that? Do you have?
I do my own checks, and I hire out the maintenance.
Okay.
My skill set's in the galley, not in this room.
Right, and has that caused you any problems? Has the Marlow been, you know, reliable enough to take you down island and back where you could schedule the service?
Oh yeah, I have. It's been over the top reliable.
Great.
Yeah, I've had nothing but confidence every time I untie and leave the dock.
Are you mostly at the dock, or do you anchor out? What's your preference there?
Well, if you ask Anna, she always wants to anchor out all the time and just be quiet. So 70% of the time is we're anchored out. 30% of the time we're at a marina or at a dock.
Okay, and when you're anchored out, she loves that quiet. You run the air conditioning off the generators, or you opening the boat out and having it air out?
Well, I'm going to run the air conditioning at night for sure, right? And on nice days, yeah, we just open the boat and let the breeze blow through. It's great.
And how quiet would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 of those generators? You able to sleep through the night without a problem? The way the boat's engineered and designed with the foam and everything?
Oh, absolutely. And these watertight doors, you don't hear anything. It's unbelievably quiet. And I can tell you from some of my previous boats where it was a challenge to fall asleep because it was so noisy and the vibration, and not to mention the small bed, right? So I'm in my big bed. I'm on a quiet boat with the air conditioning running, and it's super comfortable.
Excellent, excellent. Would you recommend these 850 cats to somebody else who's looking for that type of performance in a 53 Marlow?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been very happy with these engines.
Great, great. Well, thank you again, guys, for coming aboard this 53 Marlow, and we hope to see you in person soon.
Thank you.